All right, let's go ahead and create ourselves a repo. I know we already know how to do this, but it gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit more about some of the things that might appear on the exam. You can create one up here in the top right corner. And I have this double click problem, so it's getting a bit confused. I can go to this new green button. That's usually what I do. And we can have a new repo. So I'm going to say my cool repo, right? We can provide a description. This repo is amazing. And we can set it as public or private. I'm going to stick with private for now, and we'll add a README. We'll drop down to git ignore. We'll say maybe we're working with Ruby, so we'll get that by default, and we'll add a license like MIT. We'll go ahead and create that repo. I want to point out that you have other things that are rendered here, so that should be very clear. We have releases and packages, which we should talk about at some point. I'm going to leave this repo around if we want to play around with it. Yeah, it's pretty clear how to create a repo. It's not hard. Let's go take a look at a more popular repo like Ruby on Rails. So I'm just going to type this up here, type in Rails, and we'll take a look and see what they have. So if we go into here, you'll notice there are just more things. We have codes of conduct, right? We have our MIT. We have our security policy. If we go up here to the security tab, this is what we can see. So we have the security policy being rendered out here, and then it's showing possible exposures, probably based on one of the scanners. I'm not exactly sure which one is showing that, but that is that there. If we go back to our own repo, we might be able to take a look at security here. Hold on. Going back to wherever that one was. We just made that repo. And it can be a little bit of pain to sometimes find your own repos. I'm not sure why they've never made that easier, but just how it is. And if we go down, we can find my cool repo here. And there's a security tab. And notice that it's listing out things that you should do for your repo. It's important to know what these are because, well, if you have this, the exam is going to probably ask you like what things can you access from here, and this is just from the public repo. If you have a private repo, it's going to be different. Sorry, this is private, public can be different. So let's just open this up and make a comparison and see what kind of difference there is here. So if we go over to repo here and we go into this public one over here, what options do we get? So we get a lot more going on here. So notice that this is the private and that is the public. Probably because if you had a paid version, you then get additional code scanning and secret scanning for public repos. You automatically get that stuff. I just want to point out that all this stuff is also under your settings, under security options. So they kind of just like repeat it there, you know, so it's just what they do. But hopefully that makes sense. And that's all I wanted to show you. So I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.